Today is a Disney Springs food tour kind of day.
We are trying some brand new eats here at Disney Springs, so follow along and enjoy.
Today we're out at Disney Springs for the Florida Fresh for the month of July. And if you didn't know, Disney Springs basically does a whole different kind of food menu for each month. Sometimes they're celebrating culture, sometimes they're celebrating different
regions, sometimes they're celebrating different events. It just kind of depends. This month it's Florida flavors, so celebrating, like when you think of Florida, you think Sunshine State. So there's going to be a lot of citrusy flavored things today, but it's a lot of booze, a lot of seafood, and a lot of sweets. So I'm excited. Let's go try our first thing.
The goods are secured on our first stop. Did you really come to Disney Springs unless you went to Gideon's? We got the 2 limited edition cookies. We're gonna try those in a second once we get some AC. But I got the orange mocha nitro cold brew. It's really good. If you've ever had those like orange chocolate ball things that you like smash, it tastes just like that. I thought this would be weird, but it somehow works. And it's really good, very refreshing, very Florida.
We made it to stop number 2. On our food tour today, we are at my favorite bar in all of Disney World, Jock Lindsey's Hangar Bar. This is a super fun, themed, like little bites and drinks kind of restaurant. It's not like a full service, like you can't make a whole meal out of it, but it's kind of more of like a bar. It's based off of Indiana Jones, the pilot from Indiana Jones, Jock Lindsey. This is his hangar bar, so there's tons of little Easter eggs. They also even mentioned that they just added a whole bunch for the new movie, so we might look at those, but we are trying some of these new things. This is the Florida Mule. It is Florida cane vodka, ginger beer, orange juice, and simple syrup. I love me a good mule, and the drinks here are always very strong, so I'm excited to try. Oh, that's really good. It's a little sweet, but it's not like a super sweet, sugary cocktail. Very good mule. I do enjoy that a lot. I don't taste the orange very much. It's just like a very light, sweet drink. We also got the shrimp tacos. So these are Florida jerk marinated Gulf shrimp, watermelon and avocado pico, and jalapeno served on a corn tortilla and lime. That sounds delicious. I didn't realize there was watermelon, so that is a nice little surprise. And they look beautiful. Right on this side. Well, those are very messy. That watermelon gives it a little bit of like a sweet taste, whereas whatever they seasoned, like the jerk seasoning on the shrimp, gives it just a little bit of a kick. Again, very light and refreshing, which is great for a hot July day. I like these a lot. Let's see what Mark Allen thinks of his drink.
I ended up getting Jock's Citrus Old Fashioned. It doesn't say what type of bourbon or anything this is. It basically just says a classic cocktail with a Florida summer twist. Really good. Yeah. Classic old fashioned. You taste the summer. You taste the summer. You taste the orange. It's really good. Definitely a sipper. For sure.
That was very delicious. I really like those tacos. The only problem I had was that the shell like fell apart so bad. But the flavors are really good. They're very fresh and very light. Jock Lindsey's kind of messes you up a little bit.
It does.
Their drinks are very strong, and that is one of my favorite things about that place.
I have not eaten yet, so that's probably my own fault why I feel very fresh right now. Florida fresh.
Jesus.
Anyway, that's my own fault because I don't like shrimp or seafood.
But we are about to go get some more food. We're here at D-Luxe Burger. We are trying the new dish here. So we're waiting for our mobile order. Let's go grab it.
inside the D-Luxe Burger. And D-Luxe Burger is technically a quick service restaurant, but they do have a lot of indoor and outdoor seating, and you can mobile order, which we highly recommend. Their burgers are phenomenal. They have a lot of like seasonal burgers too, so always check the menu when you're here because you never know what's going to be on the menu. Their fries, although we didn't get them today, are phenomenal. Phenomenal. We ended up getting the Lime Garage Burger that is deluxe. It's a deluxe patty topped with pepper jack cheese, pork belly, and fried green tomato, served with an avocado, lime, and jalapeno spread. It looks so good. I think this was one of the most things I was most excited for.
Because it's not seafood. I told you that avocado lime stuff's so good.
I have no words. Maybe we should have gotten 2 of these. No notes.
What does it taste like?
10 out of 10. The pork belly is so tender. You get that like nice, like charcoal flavor from the actual burger. The avocado, lime, and jalapeno dressing gives it like a nice creaminess. This is bold, but I think this is the best burger I've ever had.
Wow, I feel like I need to try that because those are bold words.
It could also be that old fashioned from Jock Lindsey's topping.
Let me try. Let's see what I think. That is a really good mix of flavors. The pork belly is really good. I really like the flavor that the avocado lime and the green tomatoes. I really like the choking on it. I really like the flavors that gives. I don't know that I would say it's like the best burger I've ever had, but it is pretty dang good.
'Tis time for Gideon's. We ended up getting the key lime chocolate chip cookie. They're very melty because, you know, July in Florida. So we're eating them inside Deluxe Burger to try to not have them be chocolate soup. You immediately get that lime flavor that's very strong. I don't know how they do it. I thought it would be a weird combination, but the key lime is so strong that the chocolate doesn't overtake it. And then the thing I love about Gideon's is they always counteract all that sweetness with a bunch of salt. But I think the thing with this cookie is like the tartness is what counteracts with all the sweetness from the chocolate.
You gotta save room for more treats.
Be prepared. They will melt. If you're here in any time in the summer, they will melt and become chocolate soup.
For my cookie, I got the coconut caramel chocolate chip, which I think is just their normal like monthly cookie, so it's not part of the Florida flavors thing, but it is. They do have like specialty cookies each month. When you go to Gideon's, you'll get a little like card when you get in line, and it has the full menu of all the different cookies, including the specialty ones. These are also kind of fun to collect because they're different every month. It's a fun little like free souvenir, I guess. Let's try this big chocolatey cookie, and I'm gonna do it in a hopefully less messy way. I honestly don't get a lot of caramel. I mostly just get chocolate, but it is pretty good. Honestly, I really like Gideon's. They're very rich and indulgent. If you don't like super rich and indulgent cookies, you will not like Gideon's. But if you like if you're a sweets person, you will like Gideon's. They're all just very delicious, and honestly, they're a little better when they're melty because they're very ooey and gooey. More food. Honestly, one of our favorite things to do in Disney Springs is do these little food tours. You kind of just go to all the different little restaurants and kiosks and things, and you just try a little bit here and there. There's so many great things to try, like even just for this special Florida flavors thing. We are not going to try everything because there's so much stuff. But this looks amazing. We are at Polite Pig, which is another one of our Disney Springs favorites. It's barbecue, like quick service, but they do come and like serve you at your table and stuff too. This is the Key West pink shrimp ceviche. Shrimp smoked melon, so smoked watermelon, shishito peppers, local tomato vinaigrette with a drizzle of hot honey for a unique flavor combination. It also looks like it has some like roasted corn, and oh my gosh, it looks so beautiful and it looks delicious. I think I'm gonna try this smoked watermelon because I don't think I've ever had smoked watermelon before. Oh, it's very juicy. Watermelon's in season 2, so you know it's gonna be good. Very ripe, nice and sweet, everything that you hope. And you get just like a little hint of char from how they kind of smoke it. So the shrimp is a cold shrimp, so just FYI, it's a cold shrimp, more like a cocktail shrimp almost. Oh my god, that's so good. This might be my favorite thing I've had today. That is so full of flavor. There's a really nice, strong lime flavor in there, along with a whole bunch of other stuff I can't even like. It like makes your mouth water because the flavors are just, there's a lot going on there, but that is delicious. Yeah, this is highly recommended. This. If you're here in July, come and get this.
I am gonna try this watermelon. Will not be trying the shrimp because we all know how I feel about shrimp. That's very interesting. Not sure how I feel about that. It's like if you combined like the smoky flavor of brisket with watermelon. Not sure how, I don't know.
Try another bite.
It's just so weird. In a good way, I think. Because you get like the savoriness of the smoke, but then you get the sweetness from the watermelon. I don't know. It's such a weird flavor combination.
I think it's delicious. I would say it may have a little bit of like the shrimpy flavor. Maybe that's what Mark Allen doesn't like, but I think it's really good.
And we just found out that they have this. This is a old-fashioned that's special for the month. It's not on like the Foodie guide within the Disney World app. It doesn't seem to be on their menu anywhere. One of my favorite things about Polite Pig is that it's kind of a hybrid between a table service and a quick service. So you'll order at the counter like a traditional quick service, but they also have servers that will come around, and if you want anything extra or extra drinks, whatever, they'll serve you at your table. Our server told us about this old fashioned that is washed in bacon fat. The bourbon is washed in bacon fat. And I was like, oh, that sounds right up my alley. But I believe he said that it's bourbon from St. Augustine, Florida. So that's where you get the Florida Fresh. That's really good. Very, very smooth. Oh, there it is. You get that little like bacon fat, almost like a little bit of a smoky flavor at the end. This one, if you're gonna do one of these old fashions on this tour, if you will, this is the one to get. Honestly, you can't really go wrong with any of the bourbon drinks. If you're a huge bourbon or rye whiskey drinker, Polite Pig is your place to come because they have such a huge, vast variety of bourbons to choose from. And the fun thing about Polite Pig is that they literally have an entire bourbon bar, as well as other drinks too. But the bourbon selection here is probably one of the best in all of Disney World. Also, this probably sounds really stupid, but this old fashioned at Polite Pig is a lot easier to drink because it's one like large ice cube versus the one at Jock Lindsey's was like loose ice, and it just got watered down really quickly. I don't know.
Patisserie, which has a variety of like really like kind of fancy but super delicious desserts. We got the orange cream puff. They do also have a dome cake, but the dome cake's like a big cake and it's like $70. I'm not about that. They also have a drink, but right now they only have it with the souvenir cup, so we might come back for that for another day. This is a little more reasonable. This was like around $8. So this is a choux pastry with orange croquelin filled with orange curd and honey orange gel. I think I'm honestly just gonna bite right on into this thing. Oh, things are coming out the bottom. It honestly mainly just tastes like a cream puff with just a very light taste of like citrus and honey. It's very good. It's not super sweet. And the cream is really, really good.
And in case you're wondering if the straw serves a purpose, I wondered that too. Nothing but air.
Didn't know this about me. I am a huge tea drinker. Coffee, I like coffee, but coffee like makes me sick. So I'm a very big tea drinker. My absolute favorite store is the Spice and Tea Exchange here in Disney Springs. They sell, you guessed it, spice and tea. And sugar, but they have all kinds of like little just flavored teas and sugars and spices and all kinds of stuff that you can get. I really like loose leaf tea, so this is where I like to get it. But what's really cool is during the day they have the tea bar, so you can actually try a few of the teas that they make here or sell here. We got the Florida Sunshine, so this is for the Florida flavors thing, and then I also got a little Florida Sunshine like sweetener, just a little tiny bit to sweeten it up. It's not a super like strong flavor, but it is a very light tea, which again, July in Florida, this is a great option. They do have some other really cool flavors that sounded like a fun time, and if you like this, you can actually get a bag of loose leaf tea to take home, which is a great souvenir. So of course we find this out at the end of our food tour, but at a few of the locations you can find a guide for the Flavors of Florida thing. It has literally all of the food items. I wasn't kidding when I said that there's a lot. It has a map and shows you where all of them are, so pick one of these up. You can also check out the Foodie guide in the My Disney Experience app. That was where we figured out where all of the different food locations were. But this is free. You can just grab this wherever. We ate a lot of things today. I'm very full. We had a really good time though. And I definitely encourage you, next time you're in Disney Springs, check out one of these events that they do. Like I said, they usually do these every month, something a little different. It's a great way to experience a lot of different things at Disney Springs. We hope you guys enjoyed following along. And if you want to help us decide where we're going to do our next dining reviews, we are actually launching our Patreon. We have a special feature on there. There's of course a ton of other benefits of joining our Patreon, but one of the new features we're adding is that you guys get to help us decide where we are doing our next dining review, because we want to hear from you guys. So if you want more information about that, the link is in the description. And that's all we have for you guys today. Now go create your ever after.
Today we are trying out Florida.
Sorry, I itched my nose.
What's a better time than the month of July when it's approximately 1,000,000 degrees and the temperature of hell?
Yeah, we should do all that again. That was all very... Gotta get back in our groove. Okay.
Probably don't smell fresh anymore.
Okay.